Hey all, welcome back. I am Erin, the Two Martini Stitcher. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm back for another Flosstube. April happened. April happened. Stitch North happened. I've been on the road more than I've been home the past month. It's been great, but I figured I'm home for a week. I'm home for a full week, and so I figured I should pop in and do a little Flosstube. So it is Wednesday, May 10th. I think it's the 10th. And I'm back. Good to see you all. I'm not going to be able to recap everything that I did in April. There was stitching. There was definitely stitching. I posted on Instagram. I'm Two Martini Stitcher over on Instagram as well. If you're new, hi, welcome. Things tend to be a little fly by the seat of my pants around here because that's just the season of life that I'm in. So hopefully you can relate and don't mind coming along for the ride. And if you're returning, I'm so happy to have you. So I did post on Instagram what my April stitching looked like, but I went to Stitch North for weekend 2 just this past weekend, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And my dear friend and table mate Jackie, who is Mama Jack here on Flosstube. She just filmed her first Flosstube. It's so fantastic. Go check her out. I'll link her below. She's Mama Jack Makes on Instagram. She came back, caught the little Flosstube bug, and filmed a Unpack My Stitch North bag with me, which was just brilliant. So I've been home for 2 days, and I'm finally getting around to unpacking the bag that I took to Stitch North. So I thought, what a great idea. She's genius. And so I'm going to follow in her footsteps. I want to show you the things that I've worked on the past few days. And then we'll unpack the Stitch North bag so you can see what projects I worked on and all the fun things that I picked up there. It was a fantastic weekend. So much fun. And definitely going to go back next year. It was great. It was great. Okay, so the things that I've worked on since we came back, and I thought it would be good to give you an update on cardinal points. So this is cardinal points, which I am using as my 25/7 piece. So whenever I'm home, this gets worked on. This is the first thing I work on for the first 25-30 minutes or so, a length of floss, whatever it is. But this is the first thing I work on a little bit each day that I am home. And this is where I've gotten to. I'm stitching this on a 36 count piece of just white even weave. I have no idea what it is. I'm sure I got it from 1-2-3 Stitch, and I'm using all the called for colors, and it's looking so beautiful. And I'm over to this third page over here. I do need to do a little, I'm slowly working this kind of multi-color border there, but it's looking really great and it's coming along well. So my goal is to have this finished by Leap Day next year. This was my 2020 Long Dog Leap Year Sal, Leap Day Sal. So that's my goal, is to get done. Gosh, it just looks so good. I enjoy working on that a little bit every day. And then the other thing I pulled out, I did take this to Stitch North with me. This was my first medium Whip Go call for May. And it is Whip It Good by Heartstring Samplery. I think I started this in 2020. And, just work on it here and there, but I got some decent progress on it. So I don't know if I took a before picture. If I did, then I will put it in right here. So I'm not sure if I took a before picture, but I definitely did down here and up here. And now I feel like this is close enough to a finish that it can go on my close to a finish list. So, and this is on an 18 count, I think one-off die from Bee Stitch Me. I think it was called Maroon. But I don't think that's like a regular color. I think this was when she kind of first started dyeing. And I have the other half that I have plans for that you will see in just a bit. But just remember, I have plans for the other half of this fabric. So that is Whip It Good. That's my 4 days, probably, yeah, that's probably about what I got on it, was 4 days. And so that's it for this piece. But we'll see. I might be able to pull it out and give it a finish sometime later this year. We'll see. So that is Whip It Good. And then the only other thing that I worked on since I've been home, the new Bridgerton season, Queen Charlotte, dropped. And so I thought it would be a great idea to get out and finish up my whistle down. I think it's called the Lady Whistle Down wrap. This was the pattern is by, I believe, Perfectly Knotted. Let me look. It was a box. It was like a summer countdown box from Fangirl Fibers a few years ago. Oh no, it's Jessica Anderson. Lady Whistle Down Wrap by Jessica Anderson. The pattern came with the box, and I'm really close to being done. I'm very close to being finished. So I'll show you the whole wrap. I've got ends flying everywhere, but don't you worry. They're actually already weaved in. I need, after I block them, I'll trim them. So this is the end that I'm at. I'm on the second to last color. This is the second to last color. And this is the wrap. Isn't it so pretty? But it is very spring summery, so I set it down this past fall. But I thought with the new season starting up, I should pick it up. So I've done, I think, just this, watching the first couple episodes. But now that this is picked up, I'm not going to put it back down again until it's finished. So we'll take a little break from the anthology throw and work on this Lady Whistle Down wrap until it's done. Really fun. Really fun colors. Really fun repeating pattern. I've enjoyed knitting that, and it'll be good to have a knitting whip off the whip list. It's not nearly as long as the cross stitch whip list, but still, there's a handful of things on there. Okay, so that's what I've touched since I've been back from Stitch North the past couple days. Let's dig in. I'm going to do the exact same thing Jackie did and just pull stuff out of the bag at random and show you what's in there. This is a project I took with me. This was my New Year, New Start this year. I try to work on it on the first of every month with the goal of having it finished by the end of the year. And that is Hope Song by Heartstring Samplery. I did get some work on this at the retreat. I don't know. Oh, look, I even have, as usual, needles and threads hanging about. I clearly threaded up another needle and then did not start stitching with it. I did work on this some at the retreat. I don't know how much. I know I think I did Hope, or at least part of Hope, and I started on the Chickadee. This probably needs some more work. I have a couple days at the end of the month that I will probably pull this out and give it some more love at the end of the month. But because it'll be June. So after the June section, I should be halfway done, and I'm getting close. I think I'm fairly on track to finish that by the end of the year. So that is Hope Song. Next thing out. Ooh, this was my retreat piece. I did do a retreat I went to the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit last October and didn't have the wherewithal to put together a retreat piece. This year, this retreat, I did put together a retreat piece, and let me tell you, it was so fun, but it was chaotic, and I didn't get nearly as many people stitching on this as I want, but that's okay. Um, it is Our Lasting Friendship. So this is a piece that I started putting the border in, and I just want to have friends work on it at different retreats until it's done. So it's going to take a long time. This is being stitched on a Color and Cotton 36 count in Eggnog, and I just pulled a few of these are called for, but it's very brown. It's very brown and gold, which is pretty, but I wanted a little bit more color. So I pulled some, another green, and I swapped out some of the golds for blues and reds. And this is what got done at retreat. There's clearly a thread hanging. I'll take care of that before I take it to the next retreat. So I think Deanna did this bird and Michelle did this bird, and Karen stitches North in the Desert, stitched on it some, and I had everybody sign what they stitched. So as you can see, I did not do nearly as good of a job passing this around as one would hope. Hopefully next retreat I will not be so like overwhelmed. I'll be more used to the flow of a retreat that I'll get it moving. I'll get it moving at the next one. I am not including this in my whip count because I know that this is going to be a long time in the finishing, and that's okay, but it's not really a whip that I'm working on per se, so I'm not going to keep it in my whip count. Ooh, this was a finish. My approach to taking projects to stitch North was I took Whip It Good because that was the medium piece for that week for Whip Go. And then I took Hope Song because I wanted to get, this month's work on that. And then I picked a couple projects that were on my close to a finish list because I thought, well, I might be able to get them close to a finish. And this one did. I finished this one. Yay! So this is, and it was really fun because anytime there was a finish, people would hold up their finish and we would all cheer. Someone, Amy, I want to say it was Amy. Somebody finished Pandemic, Long Dog Pandemic at the retreat. Amazeballs. It was incredible to see. Anyhow, I finished Mice in the Sewing Room. So here is my finish of Mice in the Sewing Room. Yay! So when I started, I had the rest of her dress to go, this whole spool, the scissors and needles, and all the like back stitching to do. So there it is. I did not stitch the tape measure at the bottom because I have some vintage tape, like some trim that looks like a vintage tape, tool tape measure that I'm going to use for the finishing. But there we go. All done. They're so cute. They're so cute. And I think that brings me to 74 whips. So for those who are new, my goal, I turned 48 this past March, and my goal is to get under 40 whips. By under 50 whips, not 40. I'm not that young. Under 50 whips by the time I turn 50. That's the goal. So I'm actively working on whipping down. Okay. Oh, this was a project that I took that I did not work on. It was another close to a finish, and that is Antique Locks and Keys. I'll show you where it is just for funsies because this is not on any of my Whip Go plans, but there we go. You'd normally be seeing this month, but I'm not doing like any type of Stitch Mayhem this month since I'm working on whipping down. But I really like that piece. Hopefully I'll have another chance to get out some close to a finish pieces later this year, and that can be a finish too. Okay. Oh, this project is one I acquired while I was there. I am doing the first Most Magnificent Ink Circles Round Robin with Michelle Garrett of Bendy Stitchy, and my whole round robin group was at Stitch North. So fun. So fun. If I find a picture, I'll stick it in here. but we were all there. And so I finished up the one that I had been working on to swap. And so did the person who passes to me. So I got my next piece to work on, which is actually Michelle's. Look how amazing this is. This is Ars Robotica. Oh, that's her note. Okay, well, I'm not going to pull it out. So this is what the pattern looks like. Imagine the same thing flipped this way. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I'm so excited to stitch this. I'm so excited to stitch this. Look at these. Look at these silks. I don't know what silk this is. Almond M&M's Cherry Blossom. Do I, in fact, need my own hank of this now? Might. I might. Anyway, this is really... So I didn't stitch on this, but this was passed to me. Look at the cute little donut gnome needle minder. And I love this fabric. I think it's an R&R in the pink, maybe, by R&R. It's fantastic, and I'm very excited to stitch on that. Okay, so now we're down to my 2 bags. Headphones that I purchased in the Detroit airport because I had left mine in packed luggage. 4.5 hour flight with no headphones. No, thank you. So I purchased some cheapy Bluetooth headphones. Reading glasses. There's always so many reading glasses. Oh, look at this. This is adorable. Don't know why this is in the bottom of the bag. Jackie, Mama Jack, she's also an amazing knitter and crocheter, and she crocheted us these little coasters that needs to go by my stitching spot. And brought us candy from Buffalo. That also needs to go next to my stitching spot. And then I have little squirrel quirky Quaker. Deanna was there. Oh my gosh, it was so good to see Deanna of Darling and Whimsy Designs. If you do not know Deanna and her quirky Quakers, go get to know Deanna and her quirky Quakers. It was so great to finally be able to squeeze her neck in person, and it might have been awkwardly long. When we hugged, I hugged her an awkwardly long time and then just said, I'm going to keep hugging you, so you are going to have to stop hugging me first. I'm like, I'm just going to keep hugging you. But she had little stickers that she was passing out of some of her Quakers. Okay. Is there anything else of interest in here? Oh. The idea for a retreat piece, I know lots of people do that, but the first person I saw do it was Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and she was starting a new one there. And she had a really fun thing where she had a bag of like random threads. I'm not even going to call this stuff floss, to be honest. And you could pick any color you want and stitch any amount you wanted on it. And then you had to keep the thread. And I picked this because it was such a pretty color. I don't even know what it is. It's Treenway silk, but it is fine cord. I don't think this is meant for cross stitching on whatever count she had. My stitches looked horrible. She didn't care. She did not care. And in fact, kind of laughed at me for picking that hell floss. This was from Jennifer Gorski, Frolic Stitcher. There were so many people did fun little bags. Isn't that adorable? It's a little needle minder and frog stickers. These are going on my water bottle along with my quirky Quaker squirrel and candy. There was much candy. One of our table mates was from London and brought all kinds of Cadbury candy. So good. When you sit that long, I don't know about you, but I need some Advil. Okay, random mask. All right, for flying. So, Evertote, Stitch North is put on by Evertote, and there was a pre-order for a cute little like exclusive bag, and I know for sure that I put it in my cart, but then when I checked in, I didn't have a pre-order, so and then I couldn't find an order confirmation for it, so pretty sure I put it in my cart, never checked out. But luckily for me, they had some extras. So I picked up, look at this. Isn't this, all the 9 patches were different. So they were they were just kind of different and different colors. Some of them were like monochromatic, but I liked this. I thought that this was really fun, that it was all kind of like Bobby Sobby and different. So I picked this up, and my initial goal was to have everything I purchased fit in this bag. Almost did. I'll show you what busted me. This is what busted me. This was the only thing that didn't fit in my bag that I purchased. And I blame Stephanie of Cage Crafts. Look how good this is. Tiny Modernist was a vendor there. There were several vendors throughout the weekend. Tiny Modernist was one of them. And this is just, I mean, please. Just Irish Blessing. Yes. And so this might be a birthday start next year. I think this, we'll see. Stephanie, we were oohing on her. She goes, we should sell it. Oh, okay, well, sold. So this was the thing that busted me because it didn't fit in the bag. It was too tall. So that was the thing that busted me. And then I ended up just splitting things up into this bag and then another bag that I purchased that I will show you at the end when it is empty. When I started splitting stuff up, I decided to just put all my floss into this bag. I may have come home with a ridiculous amount of floss. Oh, and I also, this was from Stitch Toolbox. Look how great that is. True North. Had to get a needle minder. And I stitch in hand, so I love these like really lightweight wooden needle minders because they don't drag down my fabric. Okay, so I'll show you the floss. Some of it is meant for things. I'll show you what it's meant for. Speaking of Stephanie, even though she enables me to buy patterns, she also stitches me beautiful things. Look at this. Isn't this so pretty? This, oh, it goes this way. And then she put Stitch North 23 and backing fabric so I could do a finish with it. I think this is going to go in my journal with the fabrics, probably. I don't know. So pretty. Maybe I'll make it into a little ornament and hang it. We'll see. Isn't that so sweet? She made that for me. Okay. So there's that. I also participated in the Smalls Exchange. I will put a picture of what I did for the Smalls Exchange, which was actually, I didn't stitch it specifically for this. I did stitch it, but I had stitched it previously and it had been languishing in my box waiting to be FFO'd. So when I saw it in there, I thought this is perfect. And I had the perfect backing fabric for it. And so I made a cute little pin cushion for my small in the Smalls Exchange. And I paired it with some pretty flosses that match. And I'll put a picture here. Didn't it come out so cute? It came out so cute. And then I will show you what I received in the Smalls Exchange. It was in a really pretty bag that had bees on it. That seemed like a good sign. And inside there was, look at these cute little cocktail napkins with bees and this beautiful bee charm. That's going to be a zipper pull. I'm going to turn that into a zipper pull for sure. And then this beautiful little pin pillow. I mean, it's not a pin pillow. It's just a little pillow. And it feels like there's lavender in there because see, like it smells like honey lavender. It's stuffed so nice and finished so beautifully. And it smells so good. It smells so good. Isn't that beautiful? So fun. The Smalls Exchange was really, really fun. They did a lovely job. I can't stop smelling it. Okay, I'm going to stop smelling it and put it away. Each vendor, I think, had to put something in the swag bag. A lot of the stuff that's in this bag is from the swag bag. And this was from Bryn and Needle. And it was a little piece of fabric. Ada, isn't that pretty? And a beautiful floss. And a gift chart from Deanna of Darling and Whimsy. That is a mermaid tail. It's a really super fun pattern. I'm very excited to stitch it. Look at the gorgeous. You're gonna see more Bryn and Needle floss. Look at that. I might need them to start dyeing yarn too. Look how beautiful. Whoo! Oh, One of my table mates, Karen, stitched this pattern up over the weekend. We all stitched on it a little bit too. And it is absolutely stunning. Now, that little package was different from what week 1 received, but they had extra weekend one packages at their booth. So I, of course, had to pick up weekend 1 as well. Pretty green. And look at this. And you'll probably see finishes of this. It is like the most amazing bear that says Stitch North is the gift pattern from Darling and Whimsy. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to stitch those up. Let me see. Oh, we also got from Canadian Stitchery. Look how cute. It's a little pin. It's not a needle minder. It's an actual little pin. How adorable is that? Haha. With a little frog on it. And I think this is one of their designs. They have, Canadian Stitchery has the cutest little wooden ornaments that you stitch on. And they come with a pattern and everything. I didn't purchase any of them, but they were adorable. We also received in our swag bag, this is the Stitch North needle minder. I'm getting a glare from the, it's sunny outside. It's going to be 90 degrees here in Seattle this weekend. We're turning the air conditioner on, I think, this weekend. Anyway, Stitch North, beautiful, beautiful, super heavy, wonderful. This needle minder was a gift from my friend Karen. She lives in Arizona. So this was to remind me of her, which it does. Let me see. Oh, this was from the sewing shop. And I think, is it a needle minder or is it just a little cute little stamp? And let me see. This was from Sheba Designs in the swag bag. Some cute little buttons. Oh, this was also for my friend Karen because she had been to the attic and it said where samplers rule, which is actually just kind of an ironic thing that Karen gave us because she's not a sampler stitcher. Not a sampler stitcher. This was gifted to me by Snickerdoodle Stitch. That is their stitching. That is a photo of their actual stitching that they made into a needle minder. People are so talented, I'm telling you. Oh, y'all, these. Look at this. Look at this. This was gifted to me. And now I'm totally blanking. Was it Mari gave these to Michelle, the holder, the scissor holder, to hand out at Stitch North? And I chose this one because I love that green, that little green. It's not even like, I guess it's a bead. Beautiful. And the iron kind of made me laugh because the only thing I iron, literally the only thing I iron is my cross stitching. So this is so you can keep your scissors around your neck. Well, I use like those little itty bitty plastic scissors. I've never had a pair of like real big girl scissors, but Evertote had Kingers for sale. So I went and bought myself a pair of big girl scissors. Look at me, I'm a real stitcher now. Big girl scissors to wear around all weekend. These are now going to be my big girl retreat scissors. Very exciting. Very exciting. Another vendor there that put this in this swag bag was Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. Little snowman all bundled up. Okay. And then I can't remember which vendor this was from. Kimcat? I can't remember. It's a kitten stitcher pattern called Throw Wide the Windows. Isn't that pretty? I love that house. And that border up there, love that. I probably won't put her name. I might actually put in there, Throw Wide the Windows. Throw Wide the Windows. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. And then this was a gift also from Karen, Stitching with Friends. Fun, fun, fun. And I decided I wanted to kit this up with some Roxy Floss from Roxy Floss Co. And so Deanna helped me pick out some flosses. Is this it? Yep. Are there 6 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So these are the flosses I chose from Roxy Floss. And you'll see this as a finish if you watch Jackie's. Because she took this, like she mostly finished it, and then those of us at the table finished it off. But there is, I mean, I have plenty of fabric, so now that's all kitted up. Lovely. That was the Roxy Floss was a purchase. This also came in from Stitch Toolbox. This came in the swag bag. Isn't that pretty? A bird and flowers. Pretty pattern. I had pre-ordered from D's 20 and Uncanny Kari tooties. It's going on the bottom of that fabric from Whip It Good. Oh, how perfect is that? So I pre-ordered this from D's 20 to be picked up at weekend 2. When I picked up my bag that was supposed to have toonies in it, it had the Beverly Glen sampler in it. I decided that it was fate. Rather than try to switch this out with D, Brit and Needle had this for sale at their booth. So I bought this along with the floss for it. What's Pirate Glass? Is this Pirate Glass? These. Boop. So I bought the flosses for toonies and toonies. This one, I mean, I decided it was fate and I had to stitch it because look, there's a cow with corn growing out of it and pretty birds and a moose. And Roxy Floss had the floss pack. Look how amazing those colors are. It felt meant to be. And I know I have a piece of fabric that would be perfect for it. So that's all kitted. I mean, I just need fabric. Toonies kitted. More things being kitted. Oh, this was part of the swag bag from Ellen Maximum Cross Stitch along with the Roxy Floss. To stitch it. Fantastic. Woo! And then this was also in the swag bag from Textured Treasures. Look at that. Celtic Flamingo. Whoo! Look at those specialty stitches. That's amazing. They had some amazing things at their booth. And then when I was picking up the floss for toonies, I could not resist picking up some extra flosses. Apparently greens and berries were speaking to me because look how good their greens are. Look at that. That's Pirate Glass. Nanny Bennett's lipstick. A Sing Song Way of Talking. They all have like fun Newfoundland. Stranger Things. Whew, so good. So good. All of that was in my final purchase, which was this bag from... I forget, it's going to come to me. And I bought it specifically for my Farewell to Anger. I'm hoping that it fits in here. Now that it's all unpacked, I will check because it's an 11 by 11 Q-snap. Look at the llamas. Look at the llamas. So 2 bags, some floss, a few patterns. Not too bad. I didn't do too bad. Not too terribly much shopping. There was definitely a lot of fun things to see and do, and that's it for the bag. The bag is empty now. So it's time to put everything away. That's all I have. I am going to keep working the rest of the month. I have a few more trips planned. I'm going to keep working the rest of the month on my Whip Go calls. My large piece this first 2 weeks is Huckleberry Farm. I'll show that in my next update. And can't remember what the other 2 pieces are going to be in 2 weeks. But I'll be back. I'll be back to show them. Hope everyone is doing well. And we're in the race. We're in the race to the end of the year. My middle daughter is home from college next week. My oldest is graduating from college next month. University of Washington goes late. They start late and end late. So she graduates in June. And it's just, this late spring and summer is going to fly by. But I will be sure to check back in. Hope you are all doing well. Until then, bye.